What a great time to be a part of the Call of Duty Zombies community. Another yearly recycled cash grab is on the rise, Milo is off doing side quests, and Lex is beating pedophile allegations? That wasn't on my 2024 bingo card. So yeah, everything's fine and dandy over in this neck of the woods. Balanced, as all things should be. In addition to watching Staminabs make a ranking of all the wonder weapons across the Treyarch entries, I've decided it would be a fun idea to finally go out and create my own. This video will only cover the ones included from World at War to Black Ops 3, since the health values are different in Black Ops 4 and Cold War. In the first 4 games, the health of the zombies never stops increasing. As such, I feel a good round to test each wonder weapon's effectiveness on is round 50. You're probably not going to make it past that anytime soon, and not that you'd want to, because that's insanity. The maximum damage potential, ammo count, and safety of each weapon will be taken into account. If a weapon has a co-op ability, it will not be considered in the ranking. I don't have access to the older games anymore, so I'll be sure to give proper credit for the footage I can't record. But with all that out of the way, on with the video. Surprising absolutely no one, the jet gun is the most pathetic excuse for a wonder weapon of all time. And fittingly, it's only featured on one of, if not the worst map, Transit. It deals infinite damage and has infinite ammo, so it should kick ass. But in reality, it's the Regigigas of Call of Duty Zombies. Bless it with beyond legendary stats, but its other attributes downright cripples it. If you fire this thing long enough for the left dial to reach the end, it breaks. And when that happens, you have to gather all of the parts again and bring them back to a workbench one at a time. Not only that, but you have to make sure that the right dial does not reach the red zone, or you'll be subjected to a 1 minute and 30-second recharge time. It takes unreasonably long to kill even one zombie, and it definitely will not save you if you get cornered. It would have been better if we just got absolutely nothing at all. The VR-11 is notorious for being an awful excuse for a wonder weapon, just like the jet gun. It doesn't deal any physical damage, and it only holds 24 rounds as the VR-11 Lazarus. Instead, it instantly turns one zombie into a human, no matter how high the round. But does it respawn? No, actually. So it technically deals infinite damage to the zombies and kills them, right? Well, regardless, the measly 24 rounds is what holds its potential kill count back. And you have to shoot 3 rounds into the same zombie to create the explosion effect. This only deals 15,000 points of damage, and you can only do this 8 times. Better not miss any shots. Obviously, this thing can't save you if you're cornered, and the only reason you should even bother having it is to calm George down. The next few wonder weapons may not be much better, but at least they can kill more than 24 zombies before needing a re-up. The signature handheld snow cone machine on the map 5 is doo-doo butter trash in every aspect. It looks weird and unfinished, it's unable to save you if you get trapped, and it's objectively the weakest wonder weapon from the first 4 games. When the Winter's Howl is upgraded to the Winter's quote-unquote Fury, it deals a measly 2,400 points of damage per round with a depressing 45 rounds in total. It can deal 108,000 points of damage before running out of ammo, which is barely enough to kill 2 hordes on round 50. To put that into perspective, there's 249 zombies on round 50, and each one packs 47,073 points of health. So in total, you'd have to deal a whopping 11,721,177 points of damage to survive. Pretty useless, right? Now, let's do the math on round 20, where there's a sum of 60 zombies with 2,701 points of health each. That means the damage you need to dish out in order to get through this round is 162,060. This thing can't even get you past round 20 without needing a max ammo. So how the fuck are you supposed to use it beyond that? This is why high round players use the electric traps. The founding father of the wonder weapons has fallen far from its former glory, and while the ray gun has become the series' iconic staple, it has struggled to keep up over the years. Porter's X2 ray gun holds 240 gloriously nostalgic red laser beams that deal 3,000 points of damage each. Its maximum killing potential equates to 720,000, which is a huge improvement over the Winter's Fury. However, the splash damage on this thing is cancerous without PhD Flopper, and even if you did have it, the ray gun still can't save you out of a tight spot, since you won't be able to kill a whole horde fast enough. Don't worry, it got better in later games. The Scavenger is the badass explosive sniper rifle featured in Call of the Dead. It's another weapon meant to go hand in hand with Ascension's newest edition, PhD Flopper. Unfortunately, the Hyena Infradead is not very effective on high rounds, even if you can hold up to 36 bombs at a time, with each one dealing 23k points of damage. You'd have to shoot it 3 times to kill a whole horde, and since you can only deal a maximum of 828,000, yeah, you're gonna run out of ammo pretty quick. Plus, you're definitely going to piss off George in the process, causing you to panic and miss a few shots. And on top of that, this thing will not save you if you get stuck because the explosion takes a few seconds to trigger. Back to the traps it is. Oh, how I miss the Blundergat. The visual design, the reload animation and sound, the damage output, it was all beautiful. Until you get to round 50. The Sweeper fortunately gets its power boosted by double tap, being able to kill zombies with 1 hit until round 40, assuming you have the perk and always land a headshot, of course. It sounds good, but considering you'd have to dump 5 rounds into a single zombie to kill it by round 50, you might as well shoot them with an airsoft rifle. That's how effective it actually is. And it can only deal up to 1,220,000 points of damage with all of its ammo, which can only take you through a fraction of round 50 at best. This thing can't come to your rescue if your back's against the wall, no fucking duh, so you're better off using something else. More specifically, you're better off using the Sweeper's scientifically modified relative. The Acid Gat is the golden goose you're looking for to get to high rounds on Mob of the Dead. Although it's not winning any awards, when upgraded to the Vitriolic Withering, it becomes better than the Sweeper in every conceivable way. It looks cooler, it has more ammo, and deals more damage per shot and overall, with double tap of course. In addition, it also has a monkey bomb effect, being able to attract any and all zombies on the screen and potentially saving your life. It's not guaranteed that you'll make it out alive, since you can only deal up to 15k points of damage per shot, assuming you have double tap and all 6 acid bombs connect. And if you manage to land all 153 bombs, you can distribute a sum of 2,295,000 points. While it is the superior wonder weapon on Mob of the Dead, it still can't get you through round 50 on its own. The Raygun Mark III is a Garad Krovi exclusive, allowing the player to fire a yellow blob with the ability to slow movement on the left and a more traditional laser beam on the right. The yellow blob gun has 5 shots in a mag, the right has 30, and they hold 215 in the stock. However, if you transform them like Voltron by shooting the laser into the blob, you'll create a purple vortex that evaporates the zombies back to the afterlife. This deals the most damage as opposed to using them separately, dishing out 11,272 points with each purple vortex. If you're able to take advantage of every bit of energy you're packing, you can deal at most 2,766,865 points of damage. I feel like this thing got absolutely robbed and should be so much better than it actually is. It's barely any more powerful than the Vitriolic Withering, and it can't save you if you're about to get your booty played with. Thankfully, the Gauntlet of Siegfried is a great option to power through to that sacred around 50. As much as it pains me to put the Staff of Lightning here, it has to be done, because Keymat's Bite is objectively the worst of the 4 staffs. Even though it carries the most ammo, being just shy of 200 purple electric bolts, it deals the least amount of damage at 30k per shot. Charging the weapon doesn't give you any extra firepower, and it takes too long to kill a whole horde. You can only squeeze out 5,940,000 points of damage, which is not really that much better than the wonder weapons ranked below it. I don't know why the lightning doesn't just instantly kill and spread from one zombie to another, but then again, I'd literally just be describing the Wunderwaffe DG2. Borea's Fury deals infinite damage, and Ul's Arrow and Kakasuchi's Blood basically deal infinite damage as well, but for some reason, Keymat's Bite is noticeably weaker than the other 3. It's a damn shame, because this might be my favorite looking and sounding staff in Origins. You fire a purple electric orb that travels until it makes contact with any surface, and then it will shock all zombies in the nearby vicinity. Wasted potential at its finest, ladies and gentlemen. The Paralyzer from Buried is quite the strange case for a wonder weapon indeed. It's a bizarre contraption that slows down zombies until they disintegrate into thin air. Both forms, the Paralyzer and the Petrifier, are notable for being one of the 2 wonder weapons in the first 4 games that possess infinite ammo, but if you fire it for too long, it does have a lengthy recharge time. At least you don't have to rebuild the damn thing every time this happens. Basically, it's what the jet gun should have been. I honestly struggle to find out how much damage this thing does, as the only piece of info I got was on the Black Ops 2 wiki, where it states 314,000 over 0? Divided by 0? Whatever the hell that means. All I know for sure is that it will take a fortnight and a half to get a kill on round 50 with the Petrifier, and it stops dealing damage completely by round 70. However, this weapon does have the extremely rare quality of allowing the player to fly, increasing your safety and mobility. There are safer options out there, but it does warrant a mention. It ranks higher than the lightning staff in my opinion, since it has infinite ammo and can actually get you through round 50, albeit quite slowly. Now, you may be surprised to see the Raygun Mark II placing this close to the top 10, but there's a reason for it. This cousin of the original Raygun outclasses it every way to Sunday, just like the Vitriolic Withering does when put up against the Sweeper. The Mark II only holds 3 extra lasers over the Mark I, but fires in a 3-round burst fashion and unleashes 4,200 damage per shot over its predecessor's 3,000. But what separates the Mark II from the rest of the pack and its position at the top of the lot is the fact that all headshots deal 21.7 times more damage. This is an absolutely insane perk to have on high rounds, because in addition to each headshot running up 100,000 points of damage, it will bloom into 300,000 per burst. Thus, assuming you land only headshots, you can rival Kakasuchi's Blood and give it a run for its money, totaling an absurd 24,300,000 points of maximum potential damage. So Porter's Mark II Raygun can not only carry you through round 50, but it can do so comfortably. The only downside is that it can't save you out of a sticky situation, as you need to be extremely precise with your aim. But still, the power this beauty holds is impressive, and it's available on all the maps in Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3. Happy motherfucking hunting. Just out of reach of the top 10 is the Fire Staff, the 3rd best out of the 4. When upgraded to Kakasuchi's Blood, it contains just under 100 rounds, with a fully charged blast creating volcanic geysers that erupt under the zombies. A fully charged blast can catapult 300,000 points of damage, meaning that it beats out the Raygun Mark II at 29,700,000 total. You don't have to worry about aiming for the head all the time, just charge up and fire away. It's also a much safer alternative to the Mark II, quite spammable up close. Pretty self-explanatory. It's basically infinite damage, and the Fire Staff makes for a solid choice, but the rest of the list are superior by far. We've made it to the top 10, where the Wonder Weapons really earn their title. Let me state right now that every single one from here on out will deal infinite damage, and the ones that don't basically do, and all of them can get you through round 50, just so you don't have to hear me say it 10 times in a row. The rankings will be judged based upon the weapon's ammo capacity, which will also determine its full killing potential, and if it can save you out of a tight spot. Kicking off the best of the best is the Zetsubo no Shima specialty, the KT-4. When you finally get your hands on its upgraded form, the Masamune, a fully charged blast can fire a puddle of corrosive, acidic blue goo that pops any and all zombie ulcers from the inside out. I'm not denying its power, but since it only carries 42 shots altogether, and you have to use 3 shots to get the most out of the weapon, it's the most costly wonder weapon on the market. It can kill up to 336 zombies, and that's if you make good use of where you place the puddle. Plus, this thing takes a few seconds to charge up and start killing zombies once the goo is on the ground. So it's not the safest option out there. It would have ranked higher if the substance could spread and chain kill zombies like the Wunderwaffe DG2. Speaking of, the OG itself is up next. This nostalgia machine made its iconic first appearance in Shinonuma and has been a recurring blast from the past in future maps. The DG3JZ only has 36 lightning bolts when compared to the Masamune's 42 blue goo vials, but the Juggernog Zapper comes out on top due to the fact that its electricity spreads from one zombie to another. This brings its final kill count to a solid 360, and the reason why Darius got rid of the 24 zombies per round limit. I've heard people say and read on the Call of Duty wiki that only in World at War, It was able to take out entire hordes with one shot when pack-a-punched, but I don't ever remember it being that powerful. Even if that rumor were true, you wouldn't want to use the DG3 anyway due to a notorious glitch only present in World at War. If you zapped yourself with it, you lost your Juggernog for the rest of the game. Thankfully, this was fixed after Derice, but it remains an instant death sentence when this happens. You're going to end up shocking yourself eventually, but in Black Ops 1 and onwards, it's pretty decent at saving you. Pretty scary, kinda borderline unsafe, but it can get the job done. The Wind Staff is close to being the best of the 4 on Origins. It's the only staff that actually deals infinite damage. However, its Achilles heel is its ammo count. Borea's Fury has the least amount of the 4, with only 66 charges being able to vacuum up 528 zombies at the most. Although it is dope how you can create a mini tornado that Luigi's mansions the zombies damn near in a split second after impact, the weapon, like all other staffs, takes a few seconds to charge up. Yeah, the Ice Staff absolutely slaps. When fully charged, Ul's Arrow basically deals infinite damage. The Zaymore Storm is bigger and lasts longer than the Poltergust 3000, and it ties Kakazuchi's blood in terms of ammo. It has a massive 99 shots that allows it to kill up to an exceptional 792 zombies, with a level 3 blast dealing around 16 million points. It will take you all the way through round 112 before it stops terminating in one go. Just like Borea's Fury, the Blizzard may take a few more moments to start killing than you may like, but once it gets going, it gets going. Ul's Arrow has great firepower, lots of horde-washing charges, and covers a wide range with its Tundra, making it the best staff in Origins. The bountiful birthchild of Kino Der Toten from Black Ops 1, the Thunder Gun is easy mode for Call of Duty Zombies exemplified. The significant ammo count from Ul's Arrow may have you scratching your head as to why it places higher, as the Zeus Cannon can catapult 672 zombies with its 28 shots of compressed air. But not only does it truly deal infinite damage compared to Ul's Arrow, but it's basically impossible to die with this Russian stunner. One click and everything in front of you is being flung a football field distance away from you. In addition, every map that the Thunder Gun is featured on has boss rounds in the form of hellhounds, cosmonaut monkeys, etc. This mitigates the weapon's low ammo count, considering it can't drop any power-ups. This thing has become a fan favorite over the years like its German predecessor for a reason. It's powerful, it looks like a boombox of champions, and it will take you to victory with effortless grace and style, launching the Hellspawn up to the heavens. The bows from Der Eisendrache will share the number 5 spot, as they're all nearly identical. They deal infinite damage and hold 75 arrows each, while charging them uses 2 arrows instead of 1. They also have the capacity to trap and or distract the Panzer in their own unique way. They can all kill a total of just under 900 zombies with all of their arrows. And after saying all of that, I think the Void Bow is the worst of the 4 due to the fact that its effect isn't instantaneous like the other 3. It will spawn a portal that summons zombie-eating heads that will chomp on their meat. You can summon up to 3 portals at a time, but that doesn't change the fact that the startup takes a few seconds, and by the time the zombies are getting swallowed whole, you'll be windmilled into oblivion. The Wolf Bow ranks higher than the Void Bow in my opinion, simply due to the charged blast that will rip the souls of the zombies out of their bodies in the blink of an eye. Staminabs made this comparison in his video, which I think is spot on. It's basically an archaic, millennia-old version of the Thunder Gun with more ammo and just as flashy. The Firebow comes in second place in my view due to it being the best at killing panzers, but its accessibility is the most limited out of the 4. It takes quite a bit of skill and lots of practice to complete the upgrade quest, making repeat playthroughs a chore. Similarly to the Fire Staff, the Amahorgarak, can be shot at the ground, except to encapsulate all zombies on the premises into craters of lava and burn them unalive. I've used all of the bows a few times each over the years, and I can say with confidence that this one is definitely the Panzer killing king. I guess because the fire melts his armor? Yeah, that's pretty fair to say. Frickin' prick. The Storm Bow is the best bow on Der Eisendrache in most people's eyes, and mine too. The Krima Am La Am Am, geez, that's a lot of creates an electrified tornado that lasts for 10 seconds and shocks anything that gets near it. It doesn't take as long to prime up like the Void Bow. It's the easiest bow to obtain to make repeat playthroughs not so much of a slog. It can throw the Panzer in the air like a mini death ray, and if the charged arrow can't save you in a corner in time, the single shot can be spammed and hold the zombies in place. You can never go wrong with this magical powerhouse. Moon's meat-melting marvels in the form of the wave gun and the zap guns are some of the most fun wonder weapons I've ever had the pleasure of using back in the day. Going over the zap guns first, these dual-wield tasers fry the zombies into dust, packing a massive 148 shots when pack-a-punched. The wave gun is a spitting image of the thunder gun, as it deals infinite damage and possesses 28 purple beams of doom when upgraded to the Porter's Mark II wave gun. It can effortlessly implode 24 zombies at once with a single beam, making them cough up blood and turn into balloons while simultaneously mimicking the toaster in your kitchen. What places the wave and zap guns in such high regard over the rest thus far is the fact that they both have separate ammo counts. So when you run out of one form, you can switch to the other and still deal infinite damage. This means that the Porter's Mark II wave gun and zap guns can eviscerate 820 zombies before needing a max ammo. This is huge, and as if it weren't enough, both forms make you feel extremely safe. One shot from the UV ray machine can immediately make a whole horde go poof, and the static slingshots can go all kinds of trigger happy and bananas. The only downside is that they can't drop power-ups, so to circumvent this, you'll have to use the hack tool and Gersh devices in tandem with each other. But regardless, the wave and zap guns are one of the greatest wonder weapons to ever grace the Call of Duty Zombies mode. And if you can believe it, it actually gets easier. The Apothecon's Servant is to Black Ops 3 zombies what the Thunder Gun was to Black Ops 1 zombies. Both have low ammo, but are highly spammable and have the advantage of gaining consistent streams of refills through boss rounds. Although this grotesque gremlin only featured in 2 maps, it's laughable how quickly it makes the wonder weapons Mount Rushmore. The Apothecon's Servant was actually able to be upgraded in Shadows of Evil, and it was gloriously busted. But since video game companies hate their customers and are the ruiners of fun, Treyarch patched it. It didn't make its appearance again until the final DLC map, Revelations, where it was officially able to be pack-a-punched. Now, as the Astula Astaf, or the Astum Oath? Whatever wacky name you get, it contains 15 red blobs that create a black hole. It pulls anything small enough to fit into it for 10 seconds and explodes afterwards to kill some extra stragglers. It doesn't have the ridiculous ammo count that its glitched upgraded version did back in Morgue City, but it's a nice and balanced increase. And obviously, this is the textbook definition of a safe wonder weapon, arguably the safest that's ever been made. The only thing this beast can't touch is boss zombies like Panzers and Margwas. Even without another behemoth like the Thunder Gun to help the Apothecon's Servant, it can still hold its own like nobody's business. It averages the same amount of kills as the wave and zap guns at 820, all on its own. We can only hope this menace to society makes a spectacular return in Black Ops 6. The 3179 JGB-215, or nicknamed the Baby Gun by fans, is a wonder weapon that I'm sure you forgot even existed. So for it to be placed higher than the Thunder Gun, Apothecon's Servant, and all the staves and bows, it should be pretty damn good. And you'd be right, because this oddball Looney Tunes-ass device actually has among the best kill count ever. The Baby Gun fires a mystical laser that turns any zombie in its path into a baby, allowing the player to stomp on them like SpongeBob did to Plankton in the movie. When pack-a-punched into the Fractalizer, it holds just under a whopping 48 voodoo beams, with just one being able to take out a whole 24 horde of zombies. This equates to the Baby Gun being able to run a train on 1,152 freak bags before running out of cartoon juice. So you can bet your ass it can get you through round 50, cause it can do the same on round 100 as well. Not that you need to worry about no power-up drops, cause the Baby Gun's got you covered there too. This absolute mad lad can drop max ammos in Black Ops 1. They changed this in Zombie Chronicles on Black Ops 3, but I'm not talking about remakes here, only the original models. The fact that this colossal child kicker can spawn power-ups on top of being able to get you through round 100 without a max ammo is a testament to its greatness. And the safety rating is the icing on the cake, being able to get you out of a corner easily, as if you're taking candy from a literal baby. The baby gun would be the uncontested best wonder weapon in the first 4 Call of Duty Zombies games if it weren't for the next one. And here we are at number 1, the Sliquifier. Not only is this monster mathematically the best weapon there is in the first 4 games, but I also have anecdotal evidence to put it here. I vividly remember when Die Rise came out and putting the Sliquifier's full destructive capabilities on display before the nerf, so I can vouch for just how godlike this thing was. But even after the slight decrease in power, this backyard science experiment still deals 5,500,000 points of damage per shot. Not in total, per shot. Meaning that the Sliquifier basically deals infinite damage. It will kill zombies with one simple press of the right trigger or left click until round 100, after which it will start making crawlers. What makes firing this purple sludge immensely satisfying is not just the fact that you have a stellar, more than generous 50 rounds, but it spreads like the bubonic plague. The Wunderwaffe can only chain up to 10 zombies at once, the Masamune's blue goo could kill multiple with a fully charged blast, but it couldn't spread. This is the only wonder weapon to have this unique and special property, making it capable of wiping the floor with entire rounds. And thus, the Sliquifier is able to infect an astronomical 1,200 zombies before needing more purple stuff. Funny thing is, there's a glitch you can perform to get the weapon back to its former glory, but you don't even need it. That's how good it is. It can make round 50 feel like a walk in the park, it's relatively safe and easy to spam, and it can drop power-ups. What more could a zombies player ask for? And that is all of the Call of Duty Zombies wonder weapons from World at War to Black Ops 3, ranked from worst to best. I hope you enjoyed watching as much as I enjoyed making. I definitely plan on doing the same thing for Black Ops 4 and Cold War, and even other aspects of Call of Duty Treyarch Zombies, like maps, specialist weapons, gobblegums, etc. Thanks for watching, and see you in Black Ops 6.